Hey everyone, welcome back to another Cyberzoic review. Today we're taking a look at the Razorhound armor and Fire Clan guard figure. This is the second armor set I'm going to review for Cyberzoic. I'm hoping this experience goes a lot better than it did with the Dragon Slayer armor. I did not have fun with that, so I'm hoping for a better experience with the Razorhound. The Razorhound armor retails for $42, and the Fire Guard retails for just over $30. Link are down below in the description if you want to purchase these figures from Creative Beast Studios. And let's just take a quick look at the package. You've got some beautiful artwork of the Achillobator all armored up in that Razorhound armor. You can see the Razorhound is actually converted inside the box. Like I said, I think this is part of the Fire Clan. And let's just spin the box around. We get a picture of the converted Razorhound armor and then the mount version on the Achillobator. Actually, I don't even remember it. If I reviewed the Achillobator when it came out. I don't think I did, so I'll probably quickly review that figure during this review. Picture of the Fire Guard and some tech specs on the armor. And for the Fire Guard, this is a troop building figure, so if you want to pick multiple of them, you have, you can swap between having the helmet on and off to, differentiate your troops. You can see all the fun accessories it comes with. And then on the back we get that artwork again of the Fire Guard riding the Achillobator. And let's read the little text blurb about the Fire Guard troop. The Fire Guard is a rank of skilled troops trained in a variety of combat methods and often accompanied with paleo mounts. Each region of the Fire Clan has its own brigade with a commanding officer. Though their main function is to maintain law and order with each town, they can be called upon by higher military officials to participate in various forms of battle. Due to restrictions enforced by the technologists, the Fire Clan military has limited access to firearms and other warfare equipment, so they instead rely on melee and fire-based weapons to maintain peace and protect the citizen. I guess the tech clan doesn't sound as all nice as it's cracked up to be. And then we have the Achillobator, the Allosaurus, the Dragon Slayer, Giganticus, and the Arctic Dragon. So that'll do it for the packaging. Let's crack these figures open and take a closer look. Now let's first take a look at the Fire Guard. Absolutely loving the human figures in Cyberzoic. They have great articulation, great paint apps. They are a ton of fun to play around with. The Fire Guard is basically a troop builder. You notice all these extra accessories. You have extra pauldrons and gauntlets. You can mix and match the armor to create variation among your troops. And it's very easy to just unpeg and peg in the new armor. You can just customize your figure. The knives fit neatly into the sheets on the back of the figure. You have a masthead and an unmasked head. Just pop it off that ball joint and throw the other one on. So yeah, lots of different variations you can do with this figure, which I really, really appreciate. For articulation, head can move side to side, and it is on a hinge joint, so you can get some downwards and upwards movement. Yes, the armor does pop off quite easily if you're playing around with it, but that's okay. Arms can extend out that far, rotate 360 degrees. I'm going to take the gauntlet off to better manipulate the articulation. You get 90 degrees of bend at the elbow joint, and it's also on a hinge. Wrist can rotate, and you get a little bit of inward outward movement on that ball joint. And like I said in the Argentius video, you can pop off those hands and put on the different hands. The torso articulation is fantastic. You get a nice ab crunch. Figure can't look back that far, and you can get some nice side to side movement on that. Legs can split about that far. It's restricted a little bit by the armor. They can kick out. You do have a thigh rotation right here. You can see the seam, and then you get a beautiful double jointed knee. Absolutely love the knee joints on these figures. And the feet can move forwards and backwards, and they can also pivot side to side. So the articulation on these figures, like I said, is really great on such small figures. They're around 4 inches tall. And you do get a Cyberzoic art card, which is also compatible with the Zoic trading card game. If you look down here, there is some text to use within the game. So it's very cool that these cards now have 2 uses. And now let's take a look at the Razorhound in its alt class mode, which stands for alternate life form technology. Really, really love this figure. Night and day difference between dealing with this and dealing with the Dragon Slayer armor. This thing is fun, intuitive, It doesn't feel like anything's going to snap or break on it. It has lots of soft parts on it that are very flexible. Yeah, this thing is just a ton of fun to mess around with, and I just love, that techno-organic look. It kind of reminds me of like Ravage from Revenge of the Fallen. It has those piercing red eyes. You got some nice metallic paint apps inside the mouth and some nice brass metallic paint apps for all the joints, all over the figure. Some nice weathering paint all over the body. This thing is absolutely cool looking. The articulation is really fun on this. The mouth can open up really wide and close completely shut. You do have a ball joint in there for upwards and downwards movement. Same thing at the base of the neck, and you do get a little bit of side to side movement on those joints. Front legs can move forwards and backwards. They got a lot of articulation because as part of the transformation. Even the feet can move, have a lot of movement on here. Really, really fun figure to play around with. Like I said, lots of nice soft plastic on here. It doesn't feel like anything's going to snap or break, which is nice because I don't, want to be like, super careful with these things. I want to play around with them. Even the hind leg has some great movement and articulation. The tail has multiple joints on it. So you can get some pretty fun poses out of this thing. This is a really, really neat and interesting figure, and it also converts into the armor that goes on top of the Achillobator, which is pretty easy to do. So to convert the armor, first you want to do is rotate the head upside down like this, lift this up, and then split apart the head. And then for the front legs, everything, you can see the tab right here that clips in higher up on the arm. Just push that in and tuck the legs in. There's a little cannon right here in the front. You just want to pull that out. A little easier said than done. You just want to repeat that step on the other side. Then for the back legs, you just want to rotate them up, clip the leg into the back of the thigh, and then fold the feet in. There are some cannons in here that will come out if you tap them. They're kind of hard to reach, so you just want to stick your finger in here. The problem I've noticed with these cannons, they're very loose. Like if I rotate them up, it's better on this side. On the other side, they just drop back in. They're a little bit loose. I wish it was like some kind of twisting mechanism to lock those into place. And then for the last couple steps, you just want to split the neck open like that and just open it up. And then going down to the torso, same thing. You want to split that open and have all that armor opened up just like this. And then it's just a very simple process of literally plopping the armor on the Achillobator and just getting everything lined up. This is just such a night and day difference compared to the Dragon Slayer armor. That was just very tedious and, like I said, not a fun process. I know I'm complaining about it a lot. It's just because I really was looking forward to it, and it was just a very, very frustrating experience. And then all you really need to do is just get the harness and tuck it in there, and then just clip those torso pieces into the peg holes. And then after that, you just want to get your little Pteranodon drone pieces and clip them on to the knees to get them to stay nicely in place. And here's the Achillobator all armored up in the Razorhound armor. And I have to say, this was a much, much, much more enjoyable experience playing around with this armor set than it was with the Dragon Slayer armor. All the soft rubber pieces, they're flexible. I don't feel like I'm gonna break anything when I'm messing around with it. Like, it is a night and day difference between the Razorhound and the Dragon Slayer, which is still sitting off in the corner. I just can't bring myself to mess around with it again and put it back on the Allosaurus. It just was that bad of an experience for me. But yeah, the armor looks absolutely great. Everything clips around it. Articulation is severely hindered with these armor kits on it. Can't really mess around with too much, but at least, like I said, the most of the armor is made out of soft rubber, like flexible materials. So when you're messing around with the figure, you don't feel like pieces are going to be popping off or anything. Actually, nothing really popped off when I was converting this. It was, like I said, nice, streamlined, fun experience. It was very intuitive to put the armor on. I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I actually want to play around with it. You see the blast effects fitting all the cannons. And speaking of the cannons, the ones above the hips, they're a little bit loose. Like, if you just tap them, they slide back in. I wish, like, you can turn them to the side and there's some way they can notch in and stay out. They just slip in and out very easily when you're messing around with them. But other than that, the whole package looks absolutely great. We got the little pterodactyl drone. It can fit on the stand if you just reverse the wings on it. But yeah, all around very cool looking, and the rider looks absolutely fantastic on top of the Achillobator. Moving on with comparisons, here it is with Argentius and Allosaurus Jamonsoni. One day I will get back to putting the armor on this Allosaurus, but not right now. Next up, we have a little collection of 1/18 scale Dromaeosaurs. We have the BOTM Utahraptor, Dromaeosaurus, and the Cyberzoic Deinonychus. And in case you were wondering, the Razorhound armor is compatible with the Utahraptor, since Utah and Achillo share 99% the same body mold. And lastly, there's a couple more Cyberzoic figures. The awesome Dryptosaurus and the amazing Dilophosaurus. I absolutely love that Dilophosaurus. Such an amazing figure. One of the nicest painted figures from Creative Beast Studios. So, final thoughts on the Razorhound armor. I really, really like this armor set. It was such an enjoyable experience playing around with it. Like I said, it's very intuitive. Just basically, no parts need to come apart. It's just some simple transformation. Plop it on, throw the harness, boom, done. I actually want to play around with this figure a lot. It's just, those soft rubber pieces feel like nothing's going to snap or break, like night and day versus the dragon armor. So it's got me really excited for the armor that comes with the Dilophosaurus. Seems like it's going to be a very similar style. The Fire Guard, awesome figure. The human figures in Cyberzoic have been great. Love all the customizable armor options on it to, troop build with it. And yeah, just really all around very fun experience. Like, if this is how Cyberzoic is going to be with putting the armor on, I'm all in for it. So we'll see how the other armor sets hold up as they get released. Like I said, begin the review. Links are down below in the description to Creative Beast Studios if you want to pick up the armor and Fire Guard for yourself. So that will do it for the review. Slowly ticking along on these Cyberzoic reviews. It's got a couple more left. So stay tuned for those. And if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously, and it's greatly appreciated. I'll see you guys for the next one.